Welcome back. Welcome black child, ladies and gents. It's the DMV Wave Doctor, located right here in Bowie, Maryland, honey. Yes. And honey, I hope you guys are having a fabulous Sunday morning, child. The Wave Doctor was up in church today. Shunda. Okay. So today we are, and the sun is coming out. Spring is really springing. A lot of the kids now, I believe in DC and Maryland, are going to be on spring break, honey. Baby, spring is spring and it's time to spring into action, okay? So, today, the Weed Doctor, we're going to be talking about, and child, spare the Weed Doctor days. Woo, Lord, the Weed Doctor is tired, okay? All right? But we're going to be talking about hair replacement and hair systems for beginners. And the reason why we're talking about this, number one, is because so many different people, they're trying to find out like what is going to be the best different wig, and some people, y'all trying to be cheap. Okay, the wig like gonna tell like it is. Y'all are trying to figure out if your unit that you are buying from Love Me and some of these other different brands are going to be comparable, you know, pretty much like the same thing, because a lot of people have the misconception that hairstylists and wig designers are overcharging for wigs. Okay. And so, we've had so many different discussions on that. That's why today we're going to be talking about the hair replacement for like the custom wigs or some of the dome cap wigs. Some of these ones can be marketed as medical units as well. They can be customized to each client's individual's preference, especially if they're making it by hand. So we'd like to offer this. And this one for this form of hair replacement, once we install it with either glue or glueless, that's another thing, you guys. Tiny glueless is in. You cannot tell me over the last couple of weeks how many people have asked to get a glueless install. And now on the Weed Doctor Child is partnering with different type of companies that have been asking us, to promote their products, honey. And also a lot of clients, we've also, entrusted in a couple of companies that offer some of these different type of hair devices that we can apply underneath our client's scalp that can give them a completely glueless install. Okay. And this is even for those who have very, very severe forms of alopecia. Yes, welcome black, welcome black. I just love my fans. And so this is the new wave. And this is going to be a way how you're going to grow them edges back. Now, don't forget, you guys, we are doing hair and scalp analysis at the Bowie location. And we had a client, a new client the other day. She was asking us, is my hair, how much is my hair going to grow back? I want to grow back fast. And this is what we tell people. Your hair loss or alopecia, in most cases, did not happen fast. It was a gradual thing that happened for years at a time. So you are not going to have the weed doctor try to be with you, put some voodoo drops on you, and think you're going to get well within 2 to 3 months. Now, we have had some very drastic results like that, but those were typically for those who had were dealing like with signs of for corona type of symptoms after, because that is a symptom. A lot of people lost their hair, or like maybe had postpartum or something like that, or just gave birth and were able to grow their hair back. But for individuals who have scar alopecia and CCCA, traction alopecia, female pattern baldness, you are going to have to work on those edges, honey. All right. And this is just a quick picture, on some of the things that we do. And a lot of people, they're trying to figure out what is this hair treatment going to do. Number one, the most important system or the most important part of our hair loss treatments, which can seem very minute and pretty much frivolous. If you were to pretty much, it's like, and I think sometimes when people are getting treatments, they expect to, whoa, I feel it in my scalp. Not everything in the trichology world is going to give you that. Okay. So, sometimes you can put something on your scalp. It may feel a little bit mentholated and it might not, but that does not mean that it's not working. So this specific cleaner and hair follicle cleaner is excellent for scalp hygiene. And for those who are suffering from alopecia, it's just like your skin. You have to cater to your action, your skin, you have to moisturize it, exfoliate, and things like that. And that's why I've been going back to my esthetician. She's located in Bowie, Maryland. And what is the name of her? Glow Bar. And they actually extract some of the sebum, and it can be very painful in certain areas, or at least it's kind of it hurts. And now, thank God for the scalp, we don't have to do the same type of method. But there is actual cleaners that help to melt away the excess sebum. Because just like with your skin, if you do not, clean, extract out your pores, you're going to get those things called whiteheads, blackheads, comedones, and things like that. You're going to be blocking your skin to be healthy. And the same thing goes with your scalp. So we have this formula that we put, and this pretty much starts off right even before we shampoo you. And this thing, honey, can do some miracles, baby. I have done before and afters on it, and we're just going to show you a quick one too. This helps. This is one detox treatment, aids in penetrating different topicals on the scalp. It contains B vitamins, which is known to help regrow the hair back, like biotin and other different things like that. It dissolves sebum flakes and dandruff that can block the penetration of any type of products. Also, in order for your hair to regrow back, your hair must be able to, whatever product that use, it must be able to go through the derma papilla at the base of the follicle where the hair is actually growing. So if your follicles are clogged up, you're not going to be able to receive this. So I'm just going to show you this, and we're doing. Child, I don't even know if you're going to be able to see it through this. I don't know. We may have to send some links for the next show that we do. It's not letting me show you guys to the camera. But pretty much the first picture, the picture was all clogged up. And the next picture is less congested. And pretty much, baby, them follicles was follicling, okay? So anyways, child, we Dr. Scientists be acting up. But we're going to be discussing the basic forms or just the introductory. Child, get off my alarm, child. We're gonna we're gonna be talking about the basic forms of hair systems and hair replacement. So with the hair replacement, those can be like the custom units that are out there, some of the cranial prosthesis, and some of the full lace systems. Some of these can be created by different type of hair loss practitioners such as myself. And a lot of people like these because it offers a lot of versatility. Because as within our African American community, a lot of us like a lot of variety. And these options in the full lace or the full hair system gives us some of the most versatility and style. And that's one thing about our culture for African American. Honey, we be liking it flip to the side, dip to the side, asymmetricals. Child, y'all be trying to get finger waves in the front. Okay, trying to get a jerry curl on the side. Okay, a half up, half down. So I really suggest if styling is your main focus, and there's some people, when they're buying a very, very expensive hair system, that may not be their main focus. They're more concerned for medical purposes, like they may be dealing with some type of chemotherapy. They could be dealing with something, or they could just be someone who want to take it on and off, and they are looking for the most snug fit as possible. Now, some of the units that we make by hand are well, but in some cases, I do suggest that we have to do the actual real medical grade units or the hair systems that have to be sent off and measured on the head and with more exact measurements to your head, because those can offer you the most versatility without glue. All right, and it fits very snug. The construction of the cap lasts through shampoos. A lot of times with the ones that have a little bit more versatility or a lot more versatility, like we was talking about the dome caps and the ones made by hands by a lot of the hairstylists, or on the full lace hair systems where you can part it from ear to ear all over the scalp. you may not, those I may not be able to hold up as I guess the structure, even though the hair itself can last a long time, but it's some people's structure and the cap. We have some clients, I guess, that have been wearing units, those $2,000 and $3,000, $5,000 units. They are used to a certain structure, so it's everything is very seamless how everything is done, the fitting of everything. So those are for those types of clients. Also, what I really like nowadays, they actually have for like the hair systems and cranial prosthesis that have to be created custom order, and that take at least a minimum of 12 to 16 weeks. So that's another big thing. Most of those units that have the high structures, and we're gonna be taking some pictures because we had some clients that recently had to purchase them, and we're gonna be showing you the inside. So it does not look like your random little caps that you guys are buying from Love Me. No shade. Those are not on the same now. And those units are not going to compare to even our custom made dome cap units. Because number one, those are stock made units, especially from like Love Me and some of these Amazon, different companies like that. Those are one size fits all. It's going to be a lot of bulkiness. Depend now, in some cases, like I'm able to make it glueless in some cases, but it's going to still have a lot of bubbles and bumps. And I mean, like as far as you may feel like, oh Lord, I feel a big old lump and a bump on the back of my wig, or just it's just going to be very it's not going to be a nice smooth result. And there's some people they're trying to do that, alter some of these wigs that are not made for alopecians and or people who have finer or thinner hair. Baby, y'all, some of y'all getting too creative out here in these streets. This wig gonna fall off your head. If they don't know what they're doing. Another thing with those hairs, the hairs that we talked about earlier that are used from the Love Me's and the basic stock units, and we have some units like that. And the we I was going to try to rebrand her. We're trying to get more organized with our hair systems and wigs because it's so many different pricings available, especially within our community. A lot of people they really enjoy buying those $200 to $500 range units. The only thing is that sometimes the quality that you're getting, So we're still trying to decide the weed doctor. Y'all trying to work the weed doctor. I already got a whole large clientele. So I'm trying not to go for the ones that are already pre-styled. But it seemed like a lot of you guys really like, especially with that price range, between the $200 to $600 price range, y'all looking for something already pre-styled and cut, put on and go, okay, and get up out of there, okay. A lot of you guys are looking for that, so we're still y'all. Child, the weed doctor is going through a soul battle on that. I don't know if I want to offer that because that means more styling and work for the weed doctor, okay. But with all that being said, those types of hairs with that type of from that category, the hairs are going to be processed. We've already discussed this in some of our other videos. Some of these different those different hair pieces, they're using low grade hair that can be. They get this hair from everywhere, from different hospitals, from morgue funeral homes. They getting this hair from all over. Fall hair on the from cutting hair. So this is the low grade quality hair. They put a lot of different silicones on it. Okay, so that's pretty much like the bottom of the barrel of the wig category. Okay, and that's not even included in the wigs we're talking about today, which are going to be units, hair replacement units, and hair systems. But that is just to clarify, because there are a lot of people out there that are saying, "Well, how does my wig that I purchased online from Amazon going to compare to the custom wig?" It's going to be a big, huge difference. Okay, so that is just for that category. Now, for the hair replacement systems that are the next category up, those actually can be created by a hairstylist and or a company or a wig company, and those can sometimes be a little bit more custom to as far as the circumference of your head, and they feel a little bit better. They're not as in most generally in most cases if they're made properly or if you've been measured for them. And then sometimes, even if you're not measured for them, it's going to have a more smoother effect. In some cases, you can still wear these units glueless, okay? Especially if your stylist adds different features inside of the unit, or we work with our different manufacturers. They can make a lot of these wigs where you may not even have to necessarily have adhesive or glue, and if it's very, very snug. Now, again, if you don't get the dome cap, or if you don't get it specified for your head shape, there's a chance where it could be too small or too large. So it's best to make those specifications, and those units are typically going to be around the $700 to $800 range, and they are using high quality hair. It's not going to be or mid grade, not the Lux hair that be offered the raw hair, the completely raw process, because there's different grades of hair. So those hair is going to last longer. So that's what a lot of our clients that is getting hair replacement. A lot of them, they like to dwell in those areas as far as the hair is concerned. They're getting something that is semi customized to their preference. You know, it's lasting about 7 to 10 months. A lot of the hair at the lower grade, the Love Me hair, Amazon wigs, some of those is only lasting about 2 months, maybe 4 months at top. Okay. Child, them little plastic synthetic wigs, those are not going to hold you. Okay. So if you're looking for something, I'm gonna have to blow my nose. If you're looking for something that is going to last you a long time, and those wigs, what are they like? I've been hearing like 250, 350, maybe 400. So baby, you gotta buy that every 2 or 3 months. You could have just bought from the weave doctor or from another reputable company at $600 or $700 unit. And a lot of times with us, we are offering installation packages and deals with our services. So you actually are saving on the actual install. All right. And then as far as the hair systems, the hair systems are concerned, now those are the ones that is going to take a while. You have to be patient. There are a lot of people who want to just get a hair. And also for the mid grade, those are the full hair full systems, like the ones people can't even detect it. Complete scalp, look like all throughout over the head. Okay. So those offer the most versatility. And those can range anywhere from $700 to $1,100 with the install included. All right, especially if you want to get all the customizing. One of the biggest things that makes the wigs look good is the actual customizing, the plucking of the knots, the bleaching, the toning of the different lace. You know, all of these different add-ons make your unit look the bomb. Okay. Now, as far as the hair systems, honey, these hair systems, that's why I can't wait to start offering more of them as well and selling more to that market. They are absolutely extraordinary. Number one, it is, I'm going to say it again, construction, construction, construction. The hair quality is typically good too, even though it's not as much versatility in the mid to medium high grade range. However, you know, with the structure of those systems, they are intended for the long wear. Okay, you're going to be able to wear those units, and typically those units are going to be anywhere from 1,800 to 2,600. Now we do have some other custom handmade units that are very expensive, and that's because of the hair. Okay, honey, they have these daggone Beyonce grade bundles just for a pack of hair, just for one bundle is about, especially you get it long like this, will be $275 to $300, depending on where I get the hair from. So you're paying near to $1,000 or more just for that. Then you're paying for the construction of the unit, okay, and the wig styling and customizing. So you see how the prices can add up, okay, honey dolls and gents. So sometimes people are wondering why some things are so expensive. It's because of the quality of hair that you're choosing. And a lot of people want the very full look or the raw hair look. The raw hair look does have a different look as compared to buying the regular Brazilian bundles, baby. Okay. and those units are going to cost you more. All right. Now we're working on that, how to make raw hair more affordable. One of the things, probably one of our hair factories or the people that we work with, they're going to probably be assisting us in some of the construction of it, so we don't have to kill herself in the process. Okay, quill herself. Got to be watching, careful all these different words online, but you're using. So that's with that. With the pricing. Now back to the actual cranial prosthesis and the hair systems that take forever. Look, I'm gonna say it again, forever, ever, and ever, ever. Do not rush when you want these units, okay? Do not rush. Now, also for the mid-grade quality hair, we do have the option of doing some customizing and getting a custom fit as well. All right, but typically those have the most versatility. So those may not last as long as some of the higher upgrade units, okay? And so with the hair systems, honey, these things are off the chain. They have like multiple thick layers of like the top lace, and we're not just talking about HD. We're talking about how even the construction of the cap is. They're offering tabs where you can put your tape at on the hair system, so it's not going to shift easily. It's going to be giving you a nice, comfortable feel on the scalp. The cap is going to be comfortable, honey. It's the Gucci and the daggone Versace and anything else, Louis Vuitton of the wigs, especially if you have alopecia and you're looking for the most softest type of mesh lining on your scalp. And a lot of times they have a lot of different type of variations, which I like too. Some of them are using like skin tops. We're gonna be showing you guys coming up what those skin tops look like. It's very unique and very beautiful, very pretty. Also, depending on our clients, those who are typically want, the cranial prosthesis, especially for the alopecia, we can customize it specifically to our clients' needs. And that's what we really, really, really like. And with those, it's going to be more, again, it's going to last longer. So that is one of the biggest advantages of purchasing a hair system, especially the high grade ones that takes months to make. You're going to be able to do the glueless option better, even if you have little to no hair at all. Okay, it's going to be fitting very snug. You're going to get areas where you can apply the tape. It's going to be a lot of different reinforcements in the structure of your hair prosthesis so that it lasts longer. Also, it's going to integrate from the lace to the silk top. Some people like that. So you don't need to add any type of cap underneath. You're not going to need no cap with those, especially the ones that have the silk top on it. Also, they have different models, which I like, full lace that you can put up in a ponytail that can be glueless as well. So the options for those are unlimited, and those are very high price bracket. And, a lot of people, some people there are on a budget right now, but we're going to be showing you more and more different designs. We'll be taking pictures, showing like different demonstrations on what these units look like, so that you can see what the weave doctor is talking about. And I'm gonna look on my phone right now, because I'm telling you, honey, child, some of these head systems, they ain't nothing to be played with, okay? And that's the thing when you're dealing with alopecia, when you're dealing with thinning hair, you're trying to find the best option for you. Because there are a lot of different options out there. And another thing with those more expensive hairs, a lot of them actually have Russian, provided from Russian hair donors. And that's some of the most unprocessed, long lasting hair. Okay. And those are the more expensive ones in the $2,000 plus range. So that's if you want to get jiggy with it. In addition to that, I'm telling you, these units are nothing to be played with. They have a lot of detailed straps. Like I'm looking at one right now. Baby, you ain't gonna be able to get this on Amazon, okay? They have different cones for extra security, adjustable, removable bands. Now they have been adding those bands a lot of different things. Also, they have different things to protect your ears from getting rubbed. A lot of people complain about that. Also, it has wired ear. So because sometimes when you put these wigs on, especially if you have alopecia, baby, that thing don't have no structure. So that thing is just sliding and holding on by a thread, and you're gonna have to get the glue and adhesive. All right. Also, they have silicone coated wire and silicone throughout on the construction of the cap. I'm telling you, baby, you ain't gonna be able to figure this out on your own. Okay. I'm trying to tell you, honey doors and gents. So this exactly is what the weed doctor is talking about. If you want all of those bells and whistles, the top quality hair, the European Jewish sheet tools, all the way up there, honey. This is what you got to get. So I hope that that was a very informative type of discussion for all of you people out there who are trying to find out the best option for their alopecia. Because there's so many people out here. They trying to find out what's going to be the best option for them. Okay. So we thank you guys for tuning in today, and we hope we were able to answer all your questions. Make sure that you inbox the Weave Doctor. You write down below any type of topics that you want us to address or speak about, or the Weave Doctor can answer any type of questions. All right, thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a fabulous evening. Bye now.